All right, so what we have here, let's say this is you, and you've got an income of about, what do we say, $50,000 a year. So here's your income of $50,000 a year. Okay, and which translates to $4,000 a month. Okay, that's a year. Okay, now, your tax on that, your tax loss, I'm going to call it loss, is about $1,000 a month. That's the average person's tax loss on a $50,000 a year income, as we discussed, okay? Now, what we do is we put that into some other categories for you here, okay? The cost, and we put cost in parentheses because or quotes because it's only going to be a portion of what we save you, is 5%. So 5% of your $4,000 here is going to be $200 a month. In this particular case, it would cost you $200 a month to solve this problem. We, in turn, have some various things here that we will be glad to show you. There is the consulting fee, and there is the support. The support runs $50 a month, and this is, the guy was saying, is an organization called United Sovereigns. The consulting fee we're working with here would be $150 because that's the remainder here, and that's the fee of us telling you what to do and how to do it, and helping you, showing you how to do it. Okay? Now, so there's your fees, $200. What have you gained? Well, you've gained $800. See? You've gained $800 a month. And the cost is only a fraction of what you saved. Hey, what a deal. See, this is not bad, is it? Now, the consulting firms we work with one organization. It's called Temple Trust. And the reason it was called Temple Trust is because when we started it, when they started, we went into the Bible, and we thought, now, what would really be a safe name? So we read in Revelation 15:8 that the temple was filled with the smoke of the glory of God, and no man was able to enter. And we thought, aha, we'll have that one. We thought maybe smoking temple a bit much. Okay, now, so we just called it Temple Trust. But you see, it's almost like, we wanted to sound kind of religious because people regard income tax as a religion. They regard it as some kind of a sin tax. Okay, and they think that if they don't pay it, then they're sinful. But I mean, people really have this thing. It's like a lock-on, you know, that, oh, you go down and you pay this tax, then you're absolved of all of your guilt. See? Because you go down the street now and you tell the average guy, well, I'm not going to pay any more income tax, and he's going to say, shame on you, see? And so he's not going to quite know what you're guilty of, but he's been triggered to think that you are guilty somehow. Well, okay, so that's our story. So that's basically how we would pay for it. Okay? If you want me to, I can go into some of the multi-level on United Sovereigns, or we can break. You want to do another 3 minutes? Okay, we'll do another. We've even set it up so that if you do the United Sovereigns program, it's a business. So if you don't have a business now, you've got one, okay? Or you can get one, you know. Or if you've got another one, this is just something that doesn't take any time. You can add to it, and it's easier to take the deductions if you have a couple businesses, okay? Let me just show you quickly how this works. This is now, you see, not everybody understands business, and for that reason, I'm just going to conclude with this little story that really shows, you know, how the ladies are really kind of understand business more than men, because they got, it's like, what, 82% of all the money out there is owned by ladies. But anyway, which shows you men are really smarter. Okay, now, and so we have this young lady was walking along the forest one day, and she was walking along the path, and she encountered a frog. And so instead of jumping away, the frog spoke to her and said, "Kiss me, I'm a prince." And this gal says, "You're kidding." Now, she'd always heard these talking prince stories, talking frog stories, but she'd never seen one. So she picked up the frog, put it in her purse, and went on through the forest. Well, about an hour later, this frog is croaking away. And he said, "Why don't you kiss me?" He says, "If you kiss me, I'll turn into a handsome prince." And this gal looks down at her purse, and she says, "Are you kidding?" She says, "Handsome princes are a dime a dozen." She said, "I could make $1 million off a talking frog." Well, okay, so what we have, you see, is some people can see a business and some people can't. So I guess if you have questions, we'll go ahead and take them, and then maybe be on the tape or it won't. But I do want to thank you for coming by today. It was really nice, and God bless, and keep the money in the country.